we were told by HPD that the guy, the person of interest, suspect, was detained out of town.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. Before we begin, y'all, I got a new mic versus the one that used to be on my camera. So I apologize in advance if you hear like a noise, because when I keep replaying the videos and starting over, I'm hearing like a screeching noise. So let me know down below if you do hear that, because I won't know until I edit it. So I'm assuming once I edit it, look at it, upload it, I don't know, but I'm going to still go through with it because I have recorded this a couple times. So I want to just get this video up for you guys. So just let me know down below. And if it is a problem, I'll scratch this and I'll try to find like a better mic that I can actually like put on myself versus the one on the camera. Because I feel like it wasn't picking up my voice good enough. But let's get into today's episode, guys. I hope you guys are having a fabulous week. Well, that's not the case for a lot of families, and that's why we are here as the Milk Carton series to cover on their stories. Today's episode will focus on 21-year-old Deundrea Ford. Now, y'all know I say this line all the time, but when I say it, I really do genuinely mean it. I have never heard of this case, and it breaks my heart because Deundrea went missing back in September of this year. So it just felt really fresh. And I just didn't understand why I'd never heard of her story, why I never seen it cross my news station. And I live in Maryland. And Deundrea is from and lives in Houston, Texas. And it's just very strange. It populates all these questions that I always have regarding cases, but it's the underlying rule of why I do this, because we need more media attention. And I'm going to ask y'all a question at the end of this video, and I want y'all opinion on it. So stay tuned. Please stay tuned, because I really am very curious to see what your thoughts are. Deundrea Ford is listed as 5 feet 4 inches, weighing around 170 pounds. She is described as having black to dark brown hair with brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black tank top with tan pants. On September 21st, 2023, Deundrea was last seen at her current place of employment called the Divas Bikini Bar and Grill. This is located in Houston, Texas, off of East Freeway. Now, her family does not believe that she would just disappear because Deundrea was a mother to a 4-year-old. They believe she was abducted. Now, and it would make perfect sense working at a bar and grill where you're staying somewhere very late. There was video footage that was recovered that showed Deundrea's last whereabouts. She was last seen leaving the Divas Bikini Bar and Grill when it closed with the unidentified male. She was seen getting in this van where they stayed for about an hour and then they left. Now, the thing with that is, when I read, the manager discussed how he always tells the girls, you know, the individuals that work there, he doesn't believe it's safe to leave with customers. Now, I haven't seen anything in any reports of law enforcement identifying this man, but there was surveillance footage that showed Deundrea's last whereabouts. And what's even strange is around 2 in the morning, that same morning or whatever, Deundrea's friend received a phone call from her, but she didn't pick up because, of course, it was very late. And when she tried to call Deundrea back, it appeared that the phone was off. And y'all know how that goes. You try to call somebody, it goes straight to voicemail. And this is where in the story I got really sad because, like I said previously, I seen a video of Deundrea's uncle discussing his niece. And like I said, it broke my heart to know that.
Aggravated at the procedures, the process, the professionals involved in her search and recovery, and their diligence in her search and recovery.
There has not been any proper media attention, and how the family feels like the Houston Police Department is really not doing enough. And they believe that they're not doing enough because they had found out that Deundrea was listed in a murder. She was listed as a witness to a murder. And this occurred back in the summertime around May 18th of 2023.
11 News, we spoke to Ford's family tonight, and they told us they had no idea she was a witness in a capital murder case.
Where she was riding in the passenger side of her friend, Otis Parker, who they were riding to this apartment complex. Riding in this apartment complex, and out of nowhere, they were ambushed. Gunshots were fired and there was a robbery. There was, I believe, from what I read, $1,500 was taken. Now, there were 4 individuals listed. So by June of the same year, law enforcement had produced a probable cause affidavit showcasing 4 individuals who had been involved in the murder of Otis Parker. These individuals are listed as Jamal Brown, Mariah Green, Jarrell Willer, and Quinetta Taylor. The crazy thing about this is, right, there was text messages that were found from Brown to Taylor stating that he told Taylor that she got to go, meaning Deundrea, because why? She witnessed the murder and she was alive. Otis is deceased, and now she is a witness to this murder that includes all 4 of these individuals. Now, the crazy thing about this ongoing investigation regarding these 4 individuals before Deundrea went missing is that they had a no contact court order. So they were not allowed to go anywhere near Deundrea. And what's even crazier is Brown was shot by police officers when they went to showcase this murder affidavit for him. Like, what are the damn odds? But even more, right? I try not to give my opinion and just give you guys the facts. But even more, how dumb can you be to be in a text message talking about she got to go when this individual, meaning Deundrea, was involved as a witness in the murder of her friend? And so when I read and I looked at the video footage from Deundrea's family, you know, it made perfect sense as to why I feel like they have not been looking for her. And I think her uncle may have said that. If I'm wrong, sorry, I apologize. But I think that's why he said her story is not receiving more coverage, because she was a witness to a murder investigation. But I see the flip side of that. Why not protect her a little bit more? Yes, there was a court order where you're saying these individuals can't go around her. Boo, 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 boo. Do y'all know people don't follow them damn things? Like, let's be for real here. Let's be very honest and real about the facts. These people do not follow no court order. You see it all the time in DV cases. You see it all the freaking time. Come on. It's just very heartbreaking that I felt like it has not been taken as seriously. And that's kind of what I feel like. I am praying that Deundrea is alive. I am praying that this has nothing to do with her disappearance. And the 3 other individuals are incarcerated. I forgot to mention that. Maybe one of them will spill the beans. Maybe one of them will tell if something did in fact happen to Deundrea on the hands of them 4 coming together to plot like they did on Otis. Or who even knows if Deundrea wasn't the intended target prior. We don't know. We don't have those answers, right? But nonetheless, it's very important to continue to share these stories. I don't care what a person does. I don't care what they're out here doing. It doesn't matter to me. We all deserve the same coverage, the news outlets. And it really pisses me off because of Carly Russell and how she went about doing things, because she just made it 10 times harder for other victims to be taken seriously, especially as a brown woman. I'm not a brown woman. I'm a little pale, I'm a little light skinned, but I know how hard it is for darker skinned individuals to be found, to be covered on. Like, I'm not naive to the fact that, you know, there's privilege out here, regardless if you are still Black, but you're a little bit lighter. There is very much privilege out here. And it kind of, you know, makes me very upset. That's why I try to do the work, the hard work, to share these stories the best that I can, because it just really, like I said, pisses me off. But that is pretty much the disappearance of 21-year-old Deundrea Ford. She is still missing, and she has been missing since September of this year. And there's no new information regarding her disappearance. And it just breaks my heart because, like I said, never heard of her story, but that's all right. We're going to continue to share these stories. We're going to do our parts, okay? Now, the question that I wanted to ask y'all is, how do you feel about California's governor creating the Ebony Alert? I think it's the Ebony Alert. If it is, if it's not, but I do believe it's the Ebony Alert, because that name just, you know, Ebony is not a rare name. So it just made me think, how do y'all feel about that? Do you feel like that is going to make things worse for Black people, or do you feel like it's going to help? I personally see the flip coin. I always try to see the flip coin. I always try to think positive, right? Because it's very hard. It's very easy to be discouraged, right? It's harder to stay positive. Let me just say that. So I feel like it is a great thing, but it also is a bad thing because it makes you wonder, are people going to actually go and look for people that are Black, people that are color, right? Or is it going to be pushed to the side? Because now we have the ebony alert versus the amber alert, where the amber alert is for everyone. So it just makes you wonder, will there be some, I can't find the word in my mind because this is off topic, but it just makes me wonder, will there be like a lot of confusion to come with it? I feel like it is a great thing on the positive side because we do need proper media attention. We do need something that is bigger than what we can even dream of and to do the work. Of course, there are so many organizations out here doing the hard work, right? Take Black and Missing Foundation, but there's only but so much that we can do, right? There's only but so much that we can spread the awareness if it's not reaching the national news level, right? So that's kind of why I say I see the flip coin of why some people don't agree with it. And I also see the good side of it because I am an advocate for the missing, right? So, like I said, it's easier to be negative. It's harder to be positive. So we got to be positive when people go missing and we got to keep doing the work because if we don't, we will never hear these stories. So, as always, guys, I thank you for tuning in and I'll see you in the next video. And if you have any stories that you want me to touch on that you feel like do not get proper media attention, regardless of race, please send it in. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
We were told by HPD that the guy, the person of interest, suspect, was detained out of town.
Hey, y'all. So I had to mute this clip because YouTube was acting very funny with news articles and trying to copyright me. But he pretty much goes on to say how they seized 2 phones from out this man's vehicle and they also located him in another state. And that when they seized his van, it had blood in it, but they have not confirmed if it is Deundrea. They asked Deundrea's son to give up DNA, but he pretty much didn't say anything else about that. And just how, the Houston Police Department is not doing their job. Such a sad thing. I seen this after me doing the video and I was like, wow, I gotta include this. It's a full episode. I think it's about 27 minutes where he really goes into detail. So check it out.